looking for love, king of the road.
Howdy, folks. Jim King of the TV and radio here with a special treat today. You know, it's been, I guess, 45 years since Urban Cowboy came out, the film, and I've got Leon Beck here to talk to you about that. And we've got John Travolta. No, it's not John Travolta. It's the guy who that story was based on in real life. It was John and Betty, a.k.a. Bud and Sissy. We're going to talk to him in just a moment. And we're also going to play Urban Cowboy, the soundtrack, the video. That is on the right, Dew, and on the left we've got Mr. Leon Beck. He had a lot to do with Gillies. You were kind of a right-hand man to Mickey Gilly down there doing his marketing, weren't you?
Well, actually, my association with Gillies came by way back in 1974. My degree is in journalism. I cover country music, and I used to go out to Gillies starting in 1974. 73 is when I started covering country music. 74 is when I started going out to Gillies, interviewing Mickey Gilly and Sherwood Cryer, Mickey's partner, and I would interview the entertainers who came out to Gillies. And I mean, we had a lot of entertainers came out to Gillies, the biggest stars in country music. 76, I did my first interview with Johnny Lee. That was way before Looking for Love. All those years, that was called the Urban Cowboy era. And in my opinion, Urban Cowboy movie made a bigger impact in America than any other movie that I could think of.
We also have Dew Westbrook here. Dew, you actually are the guy that John Travolta played in the movie Urban Cowboy. It's based on your life, you and a young lady named Betty that you met way back in 1975.
Right.
So the story is pretty accurate in the Urban Cowboy movie?
It's pretty accurate how things happen, and it sometimes was a little bit different on when it actually happened, but most of the stuff in that whole movie was pretty much spot on, about 85% of it.
How did you like the movie? First of all, did you get invited to the premiere of the movie? Did they invite you? You and Betty?
No, they didn't. I was scheduled to do all of that, but it seems like the senior vice president at the Paramount Pictures kind of got his feelings hurt when I told him what I thought, and so he didn't let me go to the premiere in New York. He didn't let me go to the premiere in California, and he didn't let me go to the premiere in Houston. And then he even tried to keep me out of Gillies that night, which that was a big no-no.
What did you say to cause that?
At the time when John Travolta was sitting in my living room on his birthday, we had several people in there in that room, in my living room there, and the man asked me what I thought about John Travolta playing my part. And I asked him, I says, "Are you sure you want the answer to this question?" And then I think Leon jumped in there and asked me a different question to change the temperature in the room right quick. And a few minutes later, that man asked me that question again. And I told him, I says, "Now, this is the second time. Are you sure you want the answer to this question?" And about that time, John Travolta jumped in there and asked the question. And he said, "Wait a minute. I asked you a question." And I turned to that man, and I says, "Now, I want you to listen, and listen really easy. Listen real good. This is not hard to understand. I don't think John Travolta can play the part, but if he can, that shows what kind of good actor he is. But according to all the newspapers and everything else, they left out that second part." Now that made that man mad enough that he got up off my couch and walked out the door.
Wow.
Well, I guess the multi-billionaires never had anybody stand straight up to his face and tell him what they thought.
Right.
I'm not no butt kisser for nobody.
Well, that's Texas style right there.
John thought that was great. He said he loved that challenge, and he made it a challenge, and he did a good job, and I commend him for it. At that time in my life and everything else that was going on, I didn't think that was the right move, but they proved me wrong.
Here comes the official Urban Cowboy video as our Rougeau's music clip of the week straight from Nashville.
spent a lifetime looking for you. Single bars and good time lovers were never true. Playing a fool's game, hoping to win, and telling those sweet lies and losing again. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of, hoping to find a friend and a lover. I'll bless the day I discover another heart looking for love. And I was alone then, no love in sight. I did everything I could to get me through the night. I don't know where it started or where it might end. I turned to a stranger just like a friend, 'cause I was looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of, hoping to find a friend and a lover. I'll bless the day I discover another heart looking for love. Came a knocking at my heart's door. You're everything I've been looking for. There's no more looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of. Now that I've found a friend and a lover, God bless the day I discovered you. Oh, you looking for love in all the wrong places, in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of. Now that I found a friend and a lover, God bless the day I discovered you. Oh, you looking for love in all the wrong places, in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of. Now that I found
Take a short drive from the Golden Triangle to one of Southeast Texas' best-kept secrets, Rougeau's, located at 1525 Highway 365 in Nome. Call ahead for reservations at 781-1411. Dine inside or kick back under their covered patio. Rougeau's menu features crab cakes topped with Gulf shrimp and pontchartrain sauce, some of the best crawfish around, the delicious Maria salad topped with Norwegian salmon, or the Rougeau burger, half-pound Heartland Akaushi Wagyu patty with all the fixins on a toasted bun. Hope to see you and your family soon at Rougeau's in Nome. Up next, the late great Mickey Gilley will be at Honky Tonk, Texas, and in the Royal Spotlight.
King of the road.